NFR.
NFR Extra is a podcast dedicated to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo and features icons and personalities that embody the Western lifestyle.
I started this sucker real good, marked him out, made about 2-3 jumps, stick her in her neck, and then I don't know if I hit her in the flats or something. She jerked that handle right away from me, and I was the only thing on her back was my spur, and somehow I was lucky enough to get back on. But yeah, Mom and Dad would come home, and I'd be getting on ponies by myself and get my butt chewed, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it was a just kind of mentality, just getting on and getting on. Like I'd go up, get on practice steers and stuff, and I'd get on 6 a night, and they'd take away my rope, go hide it somewhere. Wouldn't let me get on no more. So just staying busy. That's kind of how I've always just went at it. Just kind of an old school mentality. I went into the permit years, and I try to go to as much as I can. I don't turn out very much anything, and just go and get on it. You might have a good day. You might have to make it your day.
Hey everybody, this is Steve Godert, and you're listening to the NFR Extra.
This is going to be an electric conversation with Keenan Hayes, just because I can't wait to hear some of the background information. But for a guy to come in as an NFR rookie to leave here with a gold buckle, those are the types of stories that resonate for decades and decades to come. So, Keenan, take us first to coming to Vegas as an NFR rookie and what you felt, checking in and seeing those yellow buck and shoots and everything for the first time as a competitor.
Checking in and all that, it was kind of wild. It kind of heard about it and what we had to do, and really didn't know much. And just kind of walking around and finding my way around, and then going to the walkthrough and stuff. And I had some stuff scheduled afterwards, and then we get locked down, and we're all just all the bareback riders don't have to do the ride through, so we're just hanging out. And we started getting phone calls from all the wives and everybody, and we're like, what in the world's going on? So that was kind of wild. And then Uncle Benny was trying to trip me as we were running out of here, having a foot race up the alleyway. And no, they let us out and made it over to that Big Four Association banquet just in the nick of time, and kind of like I did everything that week, just in the nick of time. But no, I just had fun with it coming in. I've been to this building, watched the rodeo, been to big rodeos, been to big stages my whole life as a young kid and everything. And so that's never been something that ever bothered me. So I just kind of went out and just went about it. I definitely will say I didn't need my pre-workout that first round. I didn't take it that day, but yeah, I had my once that Viva Las Vegas started going on, I felt it for sure. But no, every time I pull into this town, even the other day when we were just passing through, you just hit the mountains and you see the lights and the buildings, it lights a fire for sure.
Sparks something up.
Yeah, gets you excited.
So when those first 2 rounds, the draw comes out, did you even look, or do you even care?
I'll go look. Not that that means anything. I don't know much horses. Even the ones at the finals, I've seen a lot of them all year. Shoot, I got on majority of them, but I can't remember. My memory's shot. I remember very few, unless they're memorable. I remember them ones, but no, shoot, I'd look them up and I'd still not remember what they was. So that's kind of just my deal. I don't remember good enough to remember everything, so I just go and get on and see the horse and that one might be good. We'll go try it. And that's kind of how I go about every rodeo. So here you're gonna get on it anyway, and it's one of the best ones, everybody thinks. So just go and do your job.
I want to go to my first impression of seeing you on the #1 spot early in the year. And I was like, who in the world is this Keenan dude? And I'm like, all right, he's a rookie. This ain't going to last. Because you see a lot of guys like, oh, they're going heavy.
Right.
Reno comes, then the big dogs
come to
eat. And then them rookies kind of get pushed down and finish 16, 17, 20, something like that.
Have a good circuit final.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kind of get your name in there. And it's like, well, let's see how he does here. Let's see how he does there. Let's see how he does in Vegas as a rookie. And it was like, shit, he does all right. and just laid the hammer
He wouldn't
down.
go away.
Yeah, he didn't go away. It was a problem. You're not a big guy. You're a big problem is what you are.
You got the little man syndrome.
Exactly, dude.
Just biting their heels.
Yeah.
all the time.
What got you into rodeo?
Oh, shoot. My dad says we watched 8 Seconds as a kid. We were kind of, wasn't too much into rodeo when we were real young. Had cow hauling business, and my dad's a truck driver, so we were always around ranching. My grandparents had a ranch with cattle, and we always had horses and whatnot. So I was around it, and then we watched 8 Seconds, and I was like, hey, I want to do that. So we started doing it and getting on steers and roping steers, and then I wanted to be a bareback rider. I wanted to try it out and maybe try broncs. So we went over to the livestock auction Centennial over in Fort Collins, and we went and bought a couple head of ponies that were getting run through when we were hauling cows over there. And and then kept growing, and now my sister has it. Rocky Mountain Mini Broncs is what they call it now, and go to put on schools and little youth rodeos all over now to kind of subsidize the hay bill for all them little ponies. But that's how I got my start, as doing that. And yeah, mom and dad would come home, and I'd be getting on ponies by myself and get my butt chewed,
Yeah.
But no, it was just kind of mentality, just getting on. Like I'd go up, get on practice steers and stuff, and I'd get on 6 a night, and they'd take away my rope, go hide it somewhere, wouldn't let me get on no more.
How old were you when you started getting on those ponies?
I was like 9 or 10 probably
Yeah.
when I was doing the ponies. Kind of started getting on steers and stuff when I was 7, 8 maybe, and then just mutton busting before that, and little steer or calf ridings at the brandings and whatnot.
When was your first actual bareback horse?
First actual like bucker. Like some of them ponies would do it, but it wasn't really anything put together. I kind of started getting everything nailed down when I was about 12, 13. I went down to that Garden City Community College. They put on a school every spring or kind of in the winter. And I went down there, and I asked them to put me on something that kind of had some drop. I never had nothing that really fell out of the sky, and I started this sucker real good, marked him out, made about 2-3 jumps, stick her in her neck, and then I don't know if I hit her in the flats or something. She jerked that handle right away from me, and I was the only thing on her back was my spur, and somehow I was lucky enough to get back on. But
here's that drop, baby.
Yeah, she let me know.
Yeah.
And just kind of things like that. I'd thinking I was a pretty big deal, and there's always a horse that's going to knock you down. And shoot, that's kind of just how my career always went. Just when I was getting to that level, I'd push myself, get knocked down, and then I'd figure it out. And same thing with the PRCA. Shoot, I hadn't been bucked off, hadn't missed something out in high school for years. It felt like in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th per rodeo, I did just get dirty jerked down. Like right at 7, Uncle Benny got me first, Pete got me the 2nd time, and then Rafter G got me the 3rd. That old assault. I was so happy. I was so happy when they retired that thing. I didn't want a second chance at that one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Now I heard you and Steve kind of swapping some wrestling stories. I've always heard that wrestling would be one of the greatest feeder systems for bareback riding. Do you feel like some of those past experiences helped you?
Oh yeah. Wrestling. I started doing that when I was 3 years old. That's a big sport up back home, and especially when I was real young, like that. Our wrestling teams, and it was so competitive between Meeker and Paonia, and our region was just tough. And that's kind of what I started doing. I always wanted to be a wrestler, and I wanted to play football. And then I was like, oh, they pay in this rodeo? This is way better. But no, I wrestled until my sophomore year. I broke my jaw in beginning of sophomore year. Had to sit out majority of the year in football, and I got to play a couple games, and just kind of never healed right. And finally got normal to it. But middle of wrestling season, kind of jacked up a shoulder, and my jaw was all tweaked up, and I was kind of ready to go rodeo. And I was already homeschooling by then, and just kind of over the whole school deal, and just went to rodeo. And after that, just said screw with the school sports, and went just rodeo, and was online, could actually go to stuff now. And that's just kind of how it was. Just wrestling was the best thing for me. The mentality they drive into you, and they instill it into you at a young age. Like you're in the best shape of your life in wrestling. Like cutting weight isn't the greatest thing if you're doing it too much, but like most people got some fat to lose, you know.
Sure.
So like it ain't gonna hurt most guys. So like I think it's a great deal. Yeah, no,
Did he look at me when he said that?
Yeah, he kind of gave you the dad bod.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Shit.
Did you hit the amateur rodeos pretty heavy then for a while, or what was that kind of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Colorado's great, actually, especially when I was young, and it was before that COVID year. That COVID kind of reset everything, which sucks. But, yeah, no, I was 14 years old. I bought a van. That was another thing. Me and Mom always argued. She didn't like me going too much, but I'd always try to have somebody with a driver's license.
Try.
Yeah.
Didn't know it. I tried.
There's a couple miles that I'd have to go and pick them up. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. But, no, we'd go to shoot the open rodeos, the weekly open rodeos there in Colorado on the Western Slope. You can make a pretty dang good living just hitting those and then hitting them CPRAs on the weekends. And shoot, I remember me and Tyler Kipps, we'd go to them things. Shoot, we were like 30 or 40,000 in the amateur associations at like 15 years old. Yeah, no, it was a pretty all right gig. And then you'd go to them weekly deals. Shit. So like all your fuel and all your entry fees were paid off by that. And sometimes I'd stay on my bull and snow mass. I'd make like $1,300 on a Wednesday. Usually I was the only bareback rider, so I'd make $500 in snow mass, and then I'd go get on bulls in Meeker, and then by then we'd go on to wherever we were that weekend. And Tuesday had something, and if we wanted to go to Rimrock, I think maybe that's Tuesday, or maybe that might be Monday. But for majority of the days of the week, you can all summer long go to something. So it was awesome, and I was gone all the time. I'd go home for snow during the week and get everything done, and I was gone. And it was the best thing for me. I'd pick and choose where I'd go to, and like go to a lot of JD Hammaker stuff. They had some great horses growing up to be able to kind of push you and let you know if you weren't ready, but still give you a chance. You know, it was great, and being able to compete them older guys in the amateur ranks, they taught me a lot when I was 14, 15, 16 years old, and gave me good competition. I was going against some guys. High school was kind of, at least in the state, it wasn't as competitive. So I really believe that you're only as good as your competition. So like I seen myself not caring as much at the high school rodeos. Just if I went out and marked them out and made half a ride, I'd more than likely make some money or be in the top. Shoot, there's only 4 of us, so it wasn't tough. And so like going to them things would keep me up, chip chop on my shape, you know, like going to nationals, I'd be in the middle of summer going to stuff, and I'd be ready and have the rust knocked off. And so just staying busy, that's kind of how I've always just went at it, just kind of an old school mentality. I went into the permit years and went to 130 my second permit year, and I think I started in March on my first permit. I think I went to 70 or 80 that year, and then went to 92 my first card year. So I mean, I try to go to as much as I can. I don't turn out pretty much anything, and that just go and get on it. You might have a good day, might have to make it your day.
So what was the thought process behind going to so many rodeos on your permit?
Well, I accidentally forgot to buy my stuff that second year. I was gonna buy it.
Standard issue.
Yeah, you know me. I'm pretty good at postponing stuff off, and I usually get it done, but sometimes I forget. And but yeah, I entered circuit finals and had like 30,000 one real early on, and was still thinking about buying it, but I wanted everything to count for that rookie. That's my main goal. I wanted that rookie, so 30,000 is a lot of money.
Sure, absolutely.
When we get into here, you know, like that's a night. And so I wanted everything to count, so I just waited another year, and it didn't hurt. Showed everybody I was there, and shoot, would have been pretty dang close to top 15 that year. So that just kind of gave me the confidence right when I was going into it, and I remembered to buy it that year. I didn't even watch the finals that year. I was so mad I forgot to buy it that previous year. I was mad. I watched the first day, and I was, man,
could have been you.
Yeah, I should be right there.
Well, but at the same time, does being on your permit for an extra year, did that help you with your travel situation and your traveling partners?
Yeah, I found a great group of guys to go with last year. White Denny and Shane O'Connell. They know how to get here, you know, and I never been here, so that was a big help. Wyatt was entering us all year and knew how to enter us and knew where to go, and kind of then give you pointers and knew everything that just you need to know going down the road. So getting to go with some veterans, I really think that helped me out a bunch. And but no, being on that extra permit, I got to learn a lot on my own too. I went to a lot of rodeos by myself and just figure out where you don't necessarily want to go to, what you don't need to go to, how to go about things, and with your rodeo count. There's so much to it if you looking at the big picture of it. Like it is more of a business than it looks. And shoot, I'm entering myself this year and I forget all the dang time.
So,
well, tap the brakes now.
Most of the time in those rigs, somebody has a notebook. So who kind of did your entering in the past?
Wyatt Denny did all of that last year. We'd bounce things back and forth because we're in all different circuits, and we'd split up here and there and make it work though. But this year I got a new set of guys, Taylor Broussard and Colton Clemens, and we're gonna Brucey already has all the circuit rodeos done, so he's pretty much ready for the summer. So we'll split up here and there, but I'm doing the books now. And yeah. I don't know whose idea that was.
Who gave him the notebook?
Is that where the Wyatt Denny kind of trying to carry on the mustache deal is like?
I started
tapping into that or what?
Denny. Okay. I was traveling with Bodie Lammers, and personally, I think Bodie and Bodie's dad got Denny beat. Like they lapped him years ago. Yeah, them men down in Texas know how to freaking grow a red mustache.
They can twirl one.
Oh man, that's what started it. Yeah, I'd hate to say it, but it's like 3 years running. This left side just don't feel like it.
Those Denny boys can grow some facial hair.
Oh man,
you give me 3 years and I'll have a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah,
that's it. So
I look like a tweaker on the street with mine.
Me getting wax would just be a waste of time and money.
The good thing I was on my permit when I first started it. I don't think I'd have been in the building if I was if I was looking like I was on my rookie.
They're like, can you scan him again? Are you sure he has a license or anything? He might be homeless.
Right.
Let's take a quick pause, and we'll be right back. Want to relive the best NFR moments from the last 38 years? We've got you covered at NFRExperience.com. Check out the NFR History tab at the website for a walk, or should we say gallop, down memory lane. You'll find images, recaps, and videos from the greatest moments from the last 37 years in Las Vegas. From Ty Murray to Trevor Brazil, Louis Field to Casey, Charmaine James to Mary Berger, Fred Whitfield to Joe Beaver, and everything in between, you'll find it here. There's something for all rodeo fans. Check it out at NFRExperience.com. The biggest stage, the brightest lights, the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
How are you related to Wade Sundell?
Rumor has it he's my father.
All right, because I see a lot of that. I'm like, this little Wade Sundell acting, looking.
And we got Uncle Mike up in Moses Lake. We like to have a good time. I think that's where it comes. But rumor has it. I don't know if we've nailed it down yet.
Yeah, we're not doing 23andMe just yet.
So I do want to go back to the NFR because me personally, when you watch a guy here for the first time and you're in that moment where you're trying to win a world title, was there ever a point during the 10-round competition where you kind of pinch yourself and you're like, I've got a really good shot to make this happen? Because it was your contest. I hate to say to lose, but I mean, you were in the driver's seat for most of the year. So when you get here, was there ever a moment where you're just kind of telling yourself, hey, let's finish this race?
Oh yeah, that was me coming into the finals, just thinking about it. I mean, there's a couple months of just nothing but sitting, thinking, and setting things up, and I just tried not to think about it really at all. I didn't finish my rigging and my glove set up until about the day before I left. I rode everything brand new when I got here.
Super steady trend here with you, brother.
Actually,
when's the deadline?
Is there any superstitions then? Brand new rigging and glove for the finals?
Hopefully it stays in. Yeah, that's about it. I also had brand new Latigos that I picked up from Barstow on my way to Thomas and Mack. That I had to put on in the locker room.
Look at my new boots.
Yeah, I had to pack my gear bag in because I forgot to on the walk-in day.
Oh,
yeah, I was a wreck.
When's check-in? I hear traffic's not bad here in Vegas.
I think I was running late day one too. Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
They always say never leave a heater. Never leave a heater.
Yeah.
but yeah, no, we got her all set up and she worked out.
Yeah.
I had probably least amount of trouble with my rigging setup than most guys did. Some guys set it up 3-4 times by the 5th round.
Yeah. You think that's one of them deals too, where like you can kind of overthink the equipment deal and just get to where like, oh, I gotta, it's like just get on.
That's bareback riders for you.
Yeah.
Majority of them. Yeah. No, they're always thinking about the riggings, and I might be a little bit just don't think about it enough. But I hate to give up on something good. I hate to give up on something good, you know.
Yeah.
So no, I just cracked a new one out a couple of days ago and finally remembered how to ride a bareback horse. It feels like. I mean, maybe some of these guys are right about it. I don't know. So
what's that locker room like after round 10?
Oh man, well I didn't get to go down there for a little while.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Interviews.
Yeah. I was running amok. Yeah, for sure. I was all over the joint. I don't even know where I was in this building. I was somewhere. There's a little hallway. Little moles probably dug them. I don't know. It was the wildest place.
I almost got caught by Cole Reiner and Jess Pope, and they were like, "Come on, you need to come hang out with us." And I said, "No, I'd like to maybe announce this rodeo again." So
I had to turn my phone off because Cole wouldn't quit calling me. Yeah, I finally get down there, and he's just running amok. And they give us 2 cases, and I think one of my cases never made it out of that bronc riding room. So that might have been my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
That'll happen.
I blame it on Cade. Cade wheeled her in there for me.
That's kind of weird though, man. Like you didn't even really get to experience, and like you said, maybe it's a good deal or not, but the whole gamut your first year is kind of like, well, I guess this is just how we do it from here on out.
I'd rather it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to be in
World
that locker
title's
room.
pretty great.
Yeah, I'd rather be getting a saddle.
You guys go wrestle and drink beer. I don't care.
Oh, we were talking about.
I'll catch the tail end of it.
We were talking about Zeke batting 500. Why not just bat 1,000?
Yeah.
1 for 1.
Yeah.
We'll just keep the trend going, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Feels pretty good. What do you do? Do you keep some of that wrestler mentality as far as working out and stuff, or you go just get on them horses and?
No, I've never been much of a working out guy. I've been pretty blessed with being built the way I am, and
big old thick Joe Rogan neck.
Yeah, I never grew up. I just kind of got big, but I'm still a small guy. But it's always worked for me, and I've never been in the shape that I felt I was out of shape. And if I ever was, I definitely would start working out.
I say that all the time.
Right. But at least while I'm riding.
Yeah.
But before the finals, I lift a little bit just to stay in shape, being it's so slow. And but no, I've never been much of a working out guy.
Gym rat guy.
No, I'd rather go out and hang out with my buddies and stay in riding shape for sure. But there ain't nothing like riding horses and getting on. And
just like wrestling, best way to get in wrestling shape's wrestle.
Exactly. And that's just kind of how I've done it my entire life. Just kind of, I don't like to think about it too much. Like people think about it so dang much and make it so much of that's all they do.
Too focused.
Yeah. Like I can't do that.
What do you got for extracurricular stuff?
So my dad has a trucking company. So I've inherited trucks, bought trucks, horse traded for trucks. I've got more trucks than I need. I got like 10 that I don't run, some run. I just slowly rebuilding them. Livestock trailers, all semi-livestock trailers. I got 7 or so of them.
So you're a hoarder.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is my enemy. Yeah.
What's your favorite truck? Like what would be your dream truck?
So I when I was like 6 years old, my dad's a horse trading sucker. He one of his buddies bought a dump truck out of California, and it was supposed to be road ready. It wasn't. It was bashed all to hell. And so he gets a call, and guy really wants him to get it and wants to do some deals, and dad doesn't really care for it. A couple years later, he does it again. A year later, just come and get this sucker. So we went and got it. Ended up having to haul a load to a steel farm or something like that. But it's a 1969 needle nose Peterbilt with I slapped a 60-inch Kenworth A model bunk on it. And when I get the money, it's gonna have a big motor, big radiator, big 300-inch wheelbase, air ride. It'll be my nice show truck. And
nice.
Then second behind that, I got like a 1950 something bullnose Kenworth. I got a brand new frame rail for out of a 2013 Freightliner. So it'll be nice old Kenworth with a new
Brand new,
drivetrain
yeah.
and everything, old motor and all, just so I don't have to do with the emissions. But no, it's that truck. It's out of Meeker. It's an old cow trailer. It used to outpull my dad up the mountains, like pull him backwards. You know, it was a runner till it slid down backwards. But anyway, it's got a white leather interior,
Yes.
right leather with red diamond tuck, like the buttons are red,
Nice.
red velvet or felt.
I like it.
Oh, it's a honeymoon suite in there.
She's classy.
I'd hate to hear what that truck has to say.
Well, that's one of my
Good girls don't tell
Oh
secrets.
man,
that's one of my things that I still feel like a kid. Whenever there's certain rodeo companies and they pull in with matching rigs, you're like, you know, it's our version of a concert tour.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see Brad Paisley's truck drive by and you're like, all right, the show's in town.
Yeah.
You know, so when you see some of these companies
Little bit of
pull
an
in,
ego
oh
thing.
gosh,
Oh, yeah.
you're just
Jaking
like,
off the hill from 5 miles
This
away.
Yeah.
and you're like,
hear him
this
coming
is
from the other town.
really, really cool that the
Fixing
show has
on-
come to town.
going down.
Now,
Yeah.
wait, did you also say, were you in the Cowboy Downhill?
Yeah.
How did that go?
I beat Cooper Cook this year. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. I only got like 2 or 3 years of snowboarding in under me. I'm from Steamboat, but it's so dang expensive on that mountain. I never ended up going over much, actually at all, and until I was 18 and did the Cowboy Downhill, and then I was traveling with Wyatt Denny, and he's a skiing sucker, so yeah, I
They
just
are.
kind of had no choice. I bought me a snowboard when I was up. We're staying at Wyatt Bloom's house and up in Hamilton, Montana, for like a week, and yeah, I just kind of become a little snowboarder that week, and I like to do it when I have time. It's kind of fun. And I ride snowmobiles and grew up doing that and riding horses. I've done everything.
Well, keep carving your own path, my man, because we're sure proud of the work you did last year, and we look forward to seeing what you can do in the future whenever you come back here to Vegas.
I appreciate it. It's awesome.
Thank you, Keenan.
Thank you.
Want to experience more of the NFR? Then visit NFRexperience.com, and we invite you to subscribe to NFR Extra on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and wherever you're listening right now. If you like what you've heard on NFR Extra, we would love it if you gave us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe.